All right, so today we're going to talk about your mind. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the secrets of the mind and why it's important, because a lot of people don't believe that the mind is power. A lot of people don't believe that their mind shapes reality and all of these things because they continuously hear it. Yeah, the mind shapes reality. They think it's only in a spiritual way. The mind also shapes reality in a physical way. When you think about something, you want to do it, or you go and do it. Let's say if I got up and I said, you know what I want to think about? I'm going to go in there and make a cup of water. I get up and I go make a cup of water. That's conscious mind. That's conscious will. So I'm about to attempt to explain the secrets of why your mind is powerful, why it's important to control your mind, why you need to learn how to think. If you can learn how to think, you can charge yourself with enough energy to do those things that you want to do. I'm going to teach you how to think, why it's important. I'm going to teach you why this reality is truly not real. Why this reality is truly not real, and the only thing is real is your mind. So let's get into it. First, you have to understand that your mind has conscious will. That means you can do what you want at will. You can choose what you want to do. And the reason this is important is because a lot of people do not understand that they can control their thoughts. Perhaps you can't control every single thought, but you can analyze every thought that comes. Because you have to see and understand that thoughts come from a different place. They're just invisible. So this is why the inner world is called the world within. The world within is the invisible world. It's where you imagine things and you visualize things. And your mind, your mind is the most important component of reality. If your mind is not in your control, you have to ask what's in control. If you don't control your mind, that means somebody else does. It's impossible for us to walk through life without some sort of programming. Everything you believe, everything you think came from somewhere else, whether it came from school, whether it came from TV, whether it came from video games, talking to people, whether it came from your environment, talking to your parents and growing up with different people. Everybody in reality has been programmed to a certain degree. And every single day we get programmed from our external environment stimuli. So this is why it's important that you control your mind. I'm about to tell you right here. That you control your thoughts. Because what you think about most is the things that you start to do, or you start to get more susceptible to it. You're more open for programming if you keep listening to the same things or same destructive things. Now, the more you think destructively, destructive results will come about. This is why it's important that every thought you need to take captive. You need to hold every thought. You need to see, okay, does this align with what I'm trying to do? Will this help other people? Or is this thought destructive to me and other people? Then get rid of it. So that's why it's important that you learn thought control. Thought control is not I don't want you to just look at this as spiritual jargon. I want you to look at this as this is a way, a mechanism for you to absolutely take your power back. Because most people are so stuck in reality that they think reality and external circumstance they let it control them when bad things happen or something that they dislike. They let it control them. This is what happens. They let these things control them. And then when it controls them, it causes them to collapse on themselves internally. See, when we talk about internal power, in the power inside you, you need to get to a certain point where reality cannot affect you. You need to get to a certain point inside of your mind where reality cannot affect you. So that brings me on to point number 2. I don't even know if we just did point number 2, if we didn't, but this is point number 2. Your mind is the controller. Think of a video game. You sit down and you have the controller. You move in the controls inside of the video game. Think of this reality like a video game. The reason I'm saying think of it that way is because if you think of it like a video game or like a simulation, it gives you more power. It's a mental model. It's a mental model. And what a mental model is how everybody walked through Earth. Now, if I walk through the Earth and believe that everything is just there for me to level up inside this big video game, then everything starts to become more exciting. If you start to walk through earth and start to believe, you know what, I am in heaven, all of a sudden you start to become more powerful, more braver than ever before, and emerge like a champion boxer like me. All of a sudden you walk through earth with pure power like Preem. Once you start to think about all of the things that I'm telling you, every single thing that I'm telling you is here to help you with your mind. I don't want anything from you, and I couldn't care less. If you don't watch this and get this information, I couldn't care less. That's on you. I'm sitting up here telling you something that will help benefit your life and transform you. I'm sitting up here telling you, if you control your mind, if you control your thoughts, you can actually start to take your power back. Thirdly, what I mean by taking your power back is because power has been took from us. It was only took from us because we were led to believe that everything we see, taste, touch, and smell is all that's real. That's absolutely false. The only reason this stuff is so real to us is because our mind. Even in the movie The Matrix, he said, if you believe everything you see, touch, taste, and touch and smell is reality, then it's just electromagnetic chemicals interpreted by our brain. So it's basically stimuli. Every time we touch something, it's just our brain confirming a touch. So guess what's the only thing that's real? The invisible, our brain. The only thing that's real is inside of our mind. That's the only thing that's real in this reality. So if you can't even control that, if you can't even control your own mind, then you're just a feather in the wind. You're just getting blew around. Everything happens to you, you just blaming everything else. You think, oh God, why? Of course, bad things happen sometimes. But the thing is, do not give it power and do not consciously create bad things to happen, right? Some things just happen in life. Tribulation, sometimes we go through things. But the key is to consciously be able to create and do what you want to do. You need to consciously sit down and think, okay, today I'm going to do X, Y, Z and do it. This is conscious control. Today I'm going to think this way. See, a lot of people talk about thought control and positive affirmation, but these people only positive affirmate for 10 seconds a day. That's not their predominant mental attitude. You need to shift in mentality. You need to shift your mind. You need to shift your whole entire consciousness if you truly want to win. It's the things I talk about. You need to shift your entire consciousness if you truly want to win. Life will reward those who diligently seek and diligently work and do those things. So you need to consciously work on your mind. See, look, we work so much in the physical world, but nobody works on their mind. And everybody says, oh yeah, I'm using imagination, visualization so I can materialize my reality. Okay, cool. But are you using it? Are you using the meditation so you can learn self-control? I would sit here still for 15 to 30 minutes and I would meditate and I would sit perfectly still and relax all of my muscles. I would do that so I can get conscious control over my body and my limbs. A lot of people don't do that, so you should. Fourthly, understand that you need to develop a mind, a mental model, a mainframe of the world that will make you as powerful as possible. For example, let's say some bad things happen to me. One of my many girlfriends died. And instead of me choosing and saying, you know, this sucks, God hate me, this and that. Instead of me doing that, fantastic, good. I'm a superhero. Everything I go through is for me a superhero. Build me into a superhero. Every time, J. Preem, some bad thing has happened. Okay, good. What do you mean good? Good. I'm a superhero. Bad things are supposed to happen. And when it happens, it's just a level up for me to become stronger, greater than ever before and emerge as a champion from the swamp. It's like me fighting against 10 alligators, 15 alligators in the swamp and me coming out on top every time. That's me. That's Preem. So when these bad things happen, look, I don't want you to manifest bad things. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if it does, don't give it power. Don't give it power. Just didn't say good. Okay. Turn it, you positively transmute it. You turn it into power. So instead of oh man, bad things always happen. No, forget that. Scratch that out. Garbage. That's programming. A lot of your thoughts are programming. A lot of your weak thoughts, a lot of these thoughts that say you're weak and worthless, and all of these depression thoughts and all these things have been programmed into you. If you never knew what those things once was, you would never adopted it. That's why I say it's programmed. Let's say, for example, a man doesn't know what depression is. He walked through his whole life. He'd been feeling this certain way. He just felt an emotion his entire life. He never once prescribed and said it was depression. But he never once described. Then all of a sudden one day, he type in on Google, he starts to see and look up the definition of what depression is. All of these different symptoms that he's been feeling. Oh, if you feel sad sometimes, if you don't feel any motivation sometimes, then you have no. And he started to self-prescribe himself with depression. So no, you need to drop that. He dropped it. He said, no, I'm not going to live my way like that. Let's take a second person. The second person had the same feeling. He went out through his entire life, never once telling himself he was depressed. Even though they had the same feeling, one still said, I'm not depressed. Who's more powerful in their reality? It's not even that the feeling is not real. It's just, why would I believe in something if my mind is the only thing that's real in reality? Why would I believe in something that's going to take my power away from me and make me less effective and more weak? So people don't really truly think about these things. Luckily, I sat and thought these things out because I'm Preem. I'm an ultimate competitor in every realm. I'm more powerful than ever before. I'm one of the most greatest men to ever exist. So you need to adopt your mind. You need to sit down and genuinely analyze your thoughts and analyze your beliefs that you have. You need to really rewrite them. You need to rewrite all of the beliefs and all of the things that you have and put it back to your power, because your mind is the only thing you have. If you're sitting up thinking weak in your own mind, then how can you win? Like, I choose to not believe in things that will take my power away. I believe in things that give me power. For example, I remember growing up with a belief when I defragged all of my beliefs and I set the weak beliefs over here and I got rid of them, threw them in the trash now, and I kept the positive, strong beliefs. One of the beliefs on the weak side was, if you split a pole, you'll get bad luck. You heard this your whole entire childhood. If you split that, don't split that pole. We're going to get bad luck. No, you're going to get bad luck. My mind is the only thing that's real. I'm not believing that garbage. Why would I walk through earth believing a pole will give me bad luck? Who told you that? God certainly didn't tell you that. Who told you that? God didn't tell you that if you split this pole, you get bad luck. Drop that garbage coward mindset now. All of it is programming. So this is why I say we have to start to move through earth in a certain way that only believe in things that give me power. So I started to switch and say, you know what? Since you believe if we split this pole, we'll get bad luck, I believe if we split this pole, I'll get good luck and I'll get powerful. Guess who got powerful and guess who got bad luck? I got more powerful because it's my mind. You need to think about the placebo effect. Look at the studies of placebo effect. The mind is the only thing that's real. They sat patients down. They gave one a real pill and they gave another one a placebo effect. One pill had the actual substances and another one was just an empty pill with nothing. They were both claiming to do the same thing. Let's just say increased strength. We'll say that. They gave them a pill, boom. The group A had the real pill. And they obviously got results. But guess who also got results? And more results, more better results. Those who believed that they were getting results. The placebo effect group had more results than group A. So group B, that didn't take a real pill, it was an empty pill, no substances in there, took the pill and became strong. And they were strong. So this just shows that what you believe give it power. Not that the external pole, not that this pole gives you bad luck. It's that you believe that if you split that pole, you'll get bad luck. It's the belief that give it power. So you need to drop it. You need to get rid of it. Energy is the only thing real. This reality is full of energy. So I want you to remember these things and start to move through earth in a way where You know what? I am in control. You know what? I have power over the enemy. You know what? I have more power than ever before. And I'm going to end right here. And I want to thank you for watching to the end. I truly want you to look at this reality in a different lens and a different perspective. That is the only way you can change your reality, is by looking and viewing and thinking different. That's the only way. You know, because once you start to think and do different, once you start to think different, you do different things. Do you understand? So I'm going to end it right here. Thank you for watching. Send it to everybody. Comment, like, share, subscribe. I mean, we need more people to hear this message. It's a positive message. There's not enough positive messages going around trying to actually change some people's life. See, these people can promote all of these degenerate streamers doing all this garbage, going in stores yelling, but let's promote something like this. Let's promote something like this. Let's promote the message. Join the free Telegram in the description, just in case of deletion. That's where we'll gather. And also the Substack, in case every one of my platforms got deleted. I still will be able to be in contact with you, and you'll be able to be in contact with me. So sign up for the free Telegram and sign up for the free Substack. Peace.